Hello, and glad to have you here today. Today, I'd like to talk about going live and some truth and tips about that in particular. I know when I started, I had a certain ideal of what I thought going live was, from listening to people, but then just kind of watching and thinking that I had to be this. Um, Person who was gonna my words were gonna be perfect. I needed to be dressed a certain way. I needed to always have my makeup on and lipstick and so on and what have you. But I just want to share with you some truths and tips that I've found over the years. And I still like going live. I'd rather do that than a lot of other things because it helps me to be able to allow myself to share who I am, what I look like, how I sound, to attract those people that are going to be, are that are looking for me. Those people that are going to have a kindred relationship with me. So that's what I want to talk about today. So as you're hopping on, let me know what you think about this topic. Let me know where you're dropping in from, and that's always interesting to find where people, are coming in from. And this is a global business, so it's always interesting to find that people are listening from all over the world. And so I like to be able to see that and then give you a shout out as well. And that's whether you can watch this live or whether you are going to, catch us on the replay. I know a lot of people are busy, and so they may be listening, but they may not be able to respond or, drop a comment or, whatever, because, maybe they work from home and they're, the kids are, home, or maybe the babies are home, or, that kind of thing. So hopefully this will be something of value to help you to, if you're not going live yet, to know that it's important to be able to get out there and just be you, because there are people that are going to relate to you. There are people that are going to be looking for you. And so when you show up and you start sharing about different things that are going to help them, then that's something that's really, it's golden. It's amazing, and it's something that I really like doing. So before I go any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help social sellers, direct sellers, networkers to be able to find those customers and team members and even ideal team members that, and being able to do that using social media without having to do the things that we don't like chasing people, chasing strangers, bugging family and friends, the list of 100. Those are things that drove me crazy, and I didn't find any success with those things. So that is what I do. As we're going here and get started, let me know, if you have a question. There's a chat box. Drop in your chat of what you're thinking, what you have a question about. Say hi, and like I said, let me know where you're coming in from, and let's go on and get started. So I can remember when I first started going live, I thought I had to be a certain I had to do it a certain way. I thought I had to, as I mentioned some of this stuff before, I thought I had to have on my makeup and, wear some type of outfit, you know, um, not much of a suit person, but to wear some type of outfit. I had to have something, on that was going to be, like going to the office or something. And I over time I've just learned that I can just be myself, because there's certain people that are going to relate to me and there are certain people that are not. And I learned, and I hope you will learn if you don't already know this, is that it's important to allow people to, come see you and dislike you and leave. And it's important to allow people to see who you are so that they relate to you. And they're like, I know what she's talking about, or such and such. So don't worry about the people that don't stay, and the people that do stay are the people that are relating to you, that, are, maybe interested in what it is that you're saying, and, building a relationship. And that's something that I think is important, because when you have people that want to listen to what it is that you're sharing, you're building, know, like, and trust. You're building, someone that certain people know that they can, depend on you, that the information that you share is helpful to them. And, I like helping, like I said, social sellers, business builders, networkers, direct sales, those all those types of people. I like to be able to help, and, be able to do that, knowing that, these are some of the things that I did, because I didn't like building old school, and I didn't like bugging my family and friends. And there were just so many things that just made it to me. I had to find a better way. And so I did that. All right. So, in talking about, and I have notes down here, and this is one of the other things that I'll run into. But I got a little. I have notes because they help keep me on track. You're not expected to be perfect, and I don't expect myself to be perfect and know everything. But I'd like to jot down notes so that they just keep me from going off on a tangent, and and that I'm really helping somebody by staying on topic, and using what I have as notes to help me and help others, help those people that, it, because it's not a problem to have notes. I didn't know that in the beginning. I thought I had to know everything in my head, and so I would try to rehearse it, and then I'd come out sounding like a robot. Hi, my name is Cherie Woodard, and I like to such and such and such, and I so on and so on and so on. No inflection in my voice or anything, not being normal. But I've learned, over time, that that's not the way to do it. So anyway, so some of the truths and tips that I like to share are, when you are going live, one of the things that, and people will, and I've spoken to crickets before, I've spoken, where there's been a few people on my lives, and I've, so it depends on what you're talking about, and those people that see you and relate to what it is that you're saying. And that's what you really want to do. So, having an attention grabber, which is something that stops people from scrolling, and they want to listen to what it is that you're talking about. So, and in this day and age, I want to say the last thing I heard, I was in a weekend training, and one of the things they said, I want to say they said now 3 to 5 minutes or 3 to 6 minutes is all the time you have to catch attention. And that's why I like to start out with what it is that I'm going to be talking about. And then from there, some people who have caught that, and then they're like, oh, well, this might be good, so they may hang around for a minute or so, or more. It just depends. But having that attention grabber helps people to stop the scroll, and that could be, like I said, instead of introducing yourself first, instead of, and these are some of the things that I've seen people do, instead of saying, we're going to wait for a few more people to come on. Well, but what about the people that have already come on to listen to you, and they're on time, and and so now they got to wait, and some people don't even say anything, they just sit there, and I'm like, so what's going it drives me crazy, and so then I'll end up leaving that, but when someone is talking, then I'll listen to what it is they're saying. If it's something that I want to hear, then I'll listen. If not, then I'll go on and keep going. I'll scoot on and keep, scrolling to, for what it is that I do. Because there are certain things that I like to do, and part of that is responding to people in my news feed, responding to people, in wherever it is that I've got a live or a story or, a post or whatever. So grabbing someone's attention helps them to stop the scroll to listen to what it is that you are saying. The other thing is, and I was going to put numbers on these, but I think I'm just gonna just do what I have in my notes and not go one, two, three, four, five, because so on and so on. But anyway, it's important too, as you are wanting to do a live or you're doing a live, to know who it is you want to talk to. And like I said, the people that I serve, the people that I want to serve and help are those people that were like me, social sellers, business builders, those people that are networkers, those people that do the same thing that I was doing, but I found it, the way that I was doing it, I didn't feel comfortable doing it like that. I didn't, and more than comfortable, it was just gut wrenching. It made me very frustrated. I didn't like doing it. I didn't think I was being respectful to people by pushing products and services on and thinking that everybody was my prospect. So know who it is that you want to help. Know who it is, and in knowing who it is you want to help, most people want to help those people like them. And but that's not always a fact, but most people want to help those people that they've gone through certain thing, and they want to be able to help those people to find what they found that helped them. So you want to know who it is you're talking to. You want to be able to let them know what it is that you do and how you can help them with finding solutions to their problems. So that's one of the things that you can do, and you're not going to be able to do that on like one video. So it's just more food for thought and more things that you can talk about to help those people that you want to help. Now, this is something that I think I mentioned a little bit about in the beginning, and I was a perfectionist and I am a recovering perfectionist. So, like I said, I think I've mentioned this a couple of times with the full face of makeup, gotta wear certain things and can only, and I'm more of a person who likes to wear t-shirts and, whatever slacks I'm putting on or whatever. And you can only see my t-shirt anyway, and it's just it makes me comfortable, it makes me feel good, it makes me, be me, and I just want to be able to share that. And I hope that, whoever's listening, and whether you're catching this live or on the replay, is, I hope you're able to understand what it is that I'm saying. And if not, that you would ask a question on, okay, so I'm not quite getting it or whatever. So I want to be able to let you know that you can always drop in a question in the chat or whatever it is that you want to know about what it is that I'm saying. And maybe you have some examples of things that you've tried and you didn't feel really comfortable doing that. I'm comfortable with I have my setup here. I've got like my phone always has what my headline is, and I always kind of set it up there, and I've got everything muted, not muted, but like so that I'm in a mode of where no one should be able to call me or interrupt me while I'm doing my live. So, and that was something I had to learn the hard way. So I have a phone at home, so I always take that off the hook. So there are certain things that I do, but I know that their perfection is fleeting. And I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for being real, for sometimes being raw, for being able to share my story, my journey, so that I can then put it out there and then allow people to be able to find relatability in that, to say, I know what she's talking about, I've been there, and sounds like this might be something that I might want to try or think about as I want to do more lives. I don't have to be some perfect person. I don't have to be someone that, says all my words right. I tend to repeat myself, and so that's why the other reason why I use notes. Um, the other thing, like I said earlier, I didn't realize that I could use notes, but there are so many people that are leaders that use notes, and they will tell you. I have several mentors, and they'll have notes, they're like, so don't think that it's something that you can't do, and that just made me feel better about what it was that I was doing and how I was doing it. And the thing about notes though is you want to be able to look down, be able to look back at the camera and be able to, because it's just to cue you in of where you are. So you don't want to read your notes. I know there are some people that I know that do that, and they've gotten to the point where you wouldn't even know that they're reading their notes, but it's just something that helps them with being nervous or it stress of going live, because for some people it is stressful. But for me, I like to have my notes primarily just with a couple of words that cue me in on where I'm going next and keeps me from going all off on tangents, and because I want to further explain this and further explain that and make sure that that people are understanding what I'm saying. So, my notes, I just have, like a few words, and those words then are okay, this is where you are next, and this is what you want to make sure to bring up, and that kind of thing. So, um, when you have notes, I find that I just put like a couple of words, and for whatever, and I'll have like like an outline, I got the heading, and then, I've got, things down that I want to say, that I want to share. And that be good or bad depending on what it is. Like, I think reading notes causes people, especially when I first went live, I wasn't reading my notes, but I wasn't looking at the camera. I didn't know that I was supposed to be looking at the camera. It was one of those things where, and then I was like, okay, where's the camera? Because I used to be able to just use my computer. But as times changed, then I noticed that the picture was really bad. And so then I ended up getting, um, gosh, I can't even, the word escapes me now, but I have a little camera that sits on top of my computer. And that is what I talk to. And that is something that makes the picture clearer. It makes it so that people can actually see, and hear me, and I can actually make eye contact with, instead of looking at myself, which is what I'm doing now. I can make eye contact with those people that I'm speaking to. So it's important to, even if you have notes, just be yourself. Use your notes as something to help you to keep, going smoothly as you are sharing whatever value it is that you're sharing, and let people know that we don't have to be perfect. It's one of those things that you know a lot of us don't know when we first start, and we've probably heard it, in trainings or whatever, but for some reason when it's time to go live, we freeze. And I thought I had it going on, and I didn't have it going on at all. I mean, the light was dark. I didn't realize I needed to have the light in front of me. I was kind of sitting off to the side. I think I was actually turned kind of to the side in my video. But, yeah, I thought, oh, yeah, I don't have a problem going live. But then I noticed too, when I look back, it's kind of funny. So let me tell you this too, real quick. Don't throw away your stuff. Keep it, because it can do something to help people, see that it's not something that everybody is so good at. There are a lot of people that are, but it allows you to see the mistakes that we've all made, and the things that are just that you just have to laugh at them sometimes. So one of our leaders did that one time, and she was trying to get started in a video. She was just so funny. She showed us, what she goes through when she's doing lives, and it was hilarious, but it made it so relatable that okay, so if this leader is not perfect, is not losing it over this. She's just showing us her mistakes and stuff, and how long it takes her to get started and that kind of thing. I just thought it was hilarious, and so keep your stuff so that you can help someone else and show someone else what it was that you used to do. So I don't want to keep you any longer, so I'm going to go on and get out of here. But I hope that this information was valuable for you. I hope that it helps you. If you have questions over anything that I've said, you can always reach me in Messenger, and I can answer your questions. And if you feel like there's something that wasn't quite as clear to you, I can give you clarity and just go from there. So, uh, I that's basically it, and I'm not seeing any comments in the chat right now. You can still put them in there. Doesn't matter, like I said, if you're catching this on the replay or you're catching it live, but you can't put anything in there. Just hashtag replay me, and I'll give you a shout out and answer your question, your comment, or just check out your opinion, whatever that is. So I'm gonna go on and get off of here. I hope that this information, again, like I said, was valuable. Hope that it was helpful for you, knowing that you don't have to be perfect when you're going live. You can be you. You don't have to be dressed up. I got my little doodle bomb up on top of my head. I got my t-shirt on, and basically that's just me. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, no matter where you are in the world. And talk soon. I have another live. I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 noon. And so I will talk soon. Bye now.